My name is John Chung. I'm a starting strength coach for the Houston gym. So I've been a lifelong martial artist. I was a very avid competitor in Muay Thai. You get to a certain age where you're just not as fast, you're not as strong, and it's hard to keep up with the younger guys. So I've tried everything like sport-specific training, functional training like kettlebell stuff, CrossFit stuff. None of that really worked. I always ended up more injured than I was supposed to be, and I couldn't really do my sport well. The only thing that I really didn't try was heavy lifting, because my entire life I was told, don't lift heavy weights. You're gonna get big, you're gonna get bulky, you're gonna be slow. After one of my matches, I was like, all right, let me take some time off and just try and get strong and see what happens. So I just typed in Google, how do I get strong? And then starting strength popped up. I'm like, okay, cool, this looks simple, let's give it a shot. And in 3 months, I gained 10 pounds of muscle. So I went from a very skinny 140 to a very filled out 150, 155, depending on the day. And I saw a significant improvement in my practice, my training. And I was like, holy crap, this really works. And it kind of became my obsession where I started making everybody do this. So I had 2 ex-girlfriends do this. My current wife, I got her to do this. My parents, my brother, my cousins, all of my friends. And it kind of turned into a business. I was coaching the method out of my backyard at my house. And then COVID hit and I had to shut everything down. But I heard about this here in Houston, and me and my wife picked up and moved here, and the rest is history. Getting to passing my platform took about 2.5 years. I was pretty confident. You know, I had a pretty big roster of clients. I was coaching the method. I watched all the YouTube videos. I thought I knew something, and then I show up and I'm like, oh my God. And I realized I couldn't see what they saw. I didn't understand what they were saying. And I realized, okay, I don't know anything, right? I have so much to learn. I mean, I had about 25 clients, so a lot of reps. But you know, no one was there telling me what to do. I was self-taught, so I wasn't sure if what I was seeing was correct or to the model. There were some things that I saw that were right, but I mean, my understanding of it wasn't very deep. But the apprenticeship, right, really does a good job of really filling in that knowledge gap and that skill gap as well. I love what I do. I think about it all the time and I obsess about it. So I'm still constantly refining my understanding and finding different ways to explain, you know, things that have been explained 1,000 times. I come from a medical background. I was an EMT and I was a nurse as well. But as an EMT, I mean, all you're really doing is picking people up on the worst day ever and driving them to the hospital. So there's only so much you can do. With this job, I'm able to do exactly what I envision, I guess, a good healthcare system would look like, right? Where, you know, you introduce a challenge and the client or the member has to change their lifestyle to make the weights go up, right? To make progress in this gym. And it's more than just like having people lift heavy weights, right? It's so much more than that.